Rock100DIZ.com. Home of the hits, home of the classics, 45 after the hour. Our YouTube segment running a little late this evening, so we'll pause real quick before we get out of here.
We saved the best for last.
Yes, almost saved the best for last. Donovan McNabb, who turns 34 later this month, agreed to an extension just 2 weeks after he was benched at the end of the loss of the Lions-Redskins game because Coach Mike Shanahan said his quarterback did not have a grasp of the team's 2-minute offense. I find that offensive for a coach to say that a man of his stature doesn't have a grasp of the 2-minute offense. And then you put Rex Grossman in, a bum? You might as well have put my ex-wife in there.
Sexy Rex?
Sexy Rex. Oh, my
The
God.
former Florida Gator?
Don't get me started about the Gators. Anyhow, he earns $40 million. $78 million over 5 years, $40 million is guaranteed. What are your thoughts?
And also, he has incentives in that thing. You can actually make an extra $10 million, so the total package would be $88 million.
Now, I know some folks are saying, Captain, you're crazy for throwing all your eggs in this basket. I keep telling you all, history, my friend, history. Full circle. The last time a lopsided trade like this happened was in 1964. Christian Adolf Jurgensen, a.k.a. Sonny Jurgensen, Hall of Famer, came from Philadelphia for a bum named Norm Snead, who ended up probably being a golfer, if I'm not mistaken.
He ended up at the New York Giants.
Okay. The New York football, I can't beat the Cowboy Giants.
And the Giants were very bad at that time.
Okay, so very bad. Yes. So we gave you a bum.
Yes.
And we ended up with respect, finally. The Redskins were in the toilet from 1946 until the time that Sonny Jurgensen got there in 1964.
Well, the state of the Redskins tonight are like this. You're in the same spot that the Jags were yesterday. You win tonight, you're 5-4 back in the mix. If you lose tonight, you're 4-5. And I think you're out of the mix. So this is a crucial game tonight for Washington.
I think we'll talk about our picks later in the show, but I don't understand why you would give Donovan McNabb that much money. Not saying so soon, but I want to say so soon. I think they should have waited until after the season, show me what you can do, and then we'll renew.
Well, the thing is, like, we're getting back to the NFL contracts. The number is $40 million. So they're signing up for $40 million. All the other money is like, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think he's going to be there another 5 years. So the $40 million is the real money. I mean, he can, be cut at any time. The $40 million bonus, I don't know if that's a severance thing or something just for happy to get him, but that's the real money.
Well, we will soon find out, won't we? Kickoff's at 8:30 tonight on ESPN, and if you don't have ESPN like some people I know, shame on you. You're too cheap to have cable, and you're probably too cheap to listen to this broadcast in the first place.
Now, one thing I wanted to bring up here, it's a story about L.A. getting football. We talked
L.A.? I told you L.A. was going to get a team.
No, they say nothing's going to happen until after the owners and players get a collective bargaining agreement, but they had it that they're going to build a new stadium right across the street from the Staples Center, and they're going to have like an L.A. Live complex downtown L.A. So they want to make downtown L.A., I guess, a happening place. So once this happens, now the reason that they're trying to do this is that they want to try to get the 2022 World Cup there, too. So it's going to be a retractable stadium and all the other facilities in LA.
A retractable dome in earthquake country, that makes no sense to me.
Well, the reason you want to have it is because
it doesn't rain in Southern California, for crying out loud. They made songs about that.
Well, I would have thought they'd have an open air thing, but they want to have a retractable roof, and I guess they want to do it for concerts, whatever. So, you have your other facilities there. The Rose Bowl and the Coliseum are both dilapidated and old. So I think if you build this state-of-the-art facility, besides an NFL team, you'll probably get a BCS Bowl there and everything. So it'll all work out for them. Now, the team that they say likely they're going to go after is San Diego Chargers, but they say Oakland Raiders could also be in the mix.
Why would Oakland come back to Los Angeles?
Money.
You really think so? The only way I think Oakland would come back to L.A. is if Al Davis dropped dead.
Well, he's like in his late 70s now or near 80s, so he's not going to live forever.
Okay. Now, speaking of not living forever, at 10 minutes to the top of the hour, Iron Dave coming up, and we're still doing our YouTube segment. Let's switch gears and go to basketball, Magic basketball. We were at the last 2 home games, and I don't know what to say about the Magic.
Well, they were lucky to win on Saturday.
And then they stunk up the place on
Friday against the Raptors.
I don't get it. I don't get it. You spend all this money for a brand new facility, and the people are really not into the game. They come to the stadium, they're checking out the Budweiser court, all the food court, all these
the Mercedes-Benz
Lounge, all these amenities, and nobody's really watching the basketball game. It's like the true fans are like in the upper bowl, and the uppity folks, the uppity schmucks, whatever you want to call them, people got money, Republicans, whatever you want to call them, are in the lower bowl. And the lower bowl should be the loudest, and it's not. I mean, the fat man can't even run around the arena anymore because of all the security. And I'm really beginning to think that they've bitten off more than they could chew now.
Well, I just think the lockdown for, like, really the fans really getting involved is really hurting them. In the old arena, you had the lower bowl where the fans could actually walk around the lower concourse. Now you can't do that. So that has really distanced the fans from really the action in the game. But, hey, the people are paying the big bucks. They want to have that, be down there, and so that's the way there's that isolation going on.
It's almost like separatism or something like that.
Well, they got a big game tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies, and I really think that they have to get back on track. This is a team they should win, but let's face it, when you lose to the Raptors, who had 1 win till we played them, no game's going to be an easy game, and they just barely got by New Jersey on Saturday night, and that was like a nail-biter. So the Magic, they're not going to have any easy games, I don't think, for a while. Right now, Rashard Lewis is definitely not earning his $118 million.
He's a bum. He's a freaking bum. They pay this guy all this money. He can't.
And you go into the locker room, you ask him, how's it going? He says, hey, everything's fine. Everything's fine. You get paid. You got 6 points, and everything's fine, and you're making $818 million.
Look, if I was 6'6" with a basketball in my hand, I'm going to the hole. I'm going to take the rock to the hole. Do y'all understand what I'm talking about? Take the frickin' ball and put it in the frickin' net.
Well, let me run this by you. I really think I know the players are never going to agree to, but Stern's talking about having the players want to have at least a 25% pay cut. Do you think they should put it? I think instead of doing that, I think they should have like a buyout. Where like they could buy players out for like pennies on the dollars. Like if you got a bad contract, like somebody with Rashard Lewis, then you could buy him out like for 25 cents on the dollar. And that way he is getting money, and then if he thinks he's that great, he can take his services somewhere else. You think that's a fair?
I don't know what to say about the NBA right now. It's like the NFL, the potential strike coming up. I don't know what to say. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, people, because when you got somebody wanting more money, and they're a powerful organization, and somebody else who wants more money, that's a powerful organization. It's kind of like Democrats and Republicans. What do you have? You have a train wreck.
Well, the owners have the leverage, though, in the NFL, because they've already got that money guaranteed from the networks.
Yeah, but watch this. If I was the players, and I'm giving the players a hint, I would go on strike before the playoffs. Play the whole season out and go on strike. And then what do you got? What are you going to do? You're going to have scrubs playing the Super Bowl?
But the PR for them would be horrific. And it would be backlash against the players would be horrific.
It's already bad PR because you're starting to see things brewing. I see the storm on the horizon. Speaking of storm on the horizon, real quick, Paulie, boxing, who won the fight?
Oh, Manny Pacquiao is with 12 rounds. And I'll tell you right now, I don't know how Antonio Margarito even survived that fight. I mean, that boy took a big punishing. Now, there was a big controversy before the fight that he said he took some substance or something, a hydroxyl or something like the weight reduction thing, but they never, challenged that he went on. Now, Margarito has been known to cheat before. He actually had a foreign object in his glove a couple of years ago in a fight that they found. So he's been known to, it's like he thought it was like his WWE, but he's been known to be a cheater. So he got paid $3 million, but I'll tell you now, he got beat so bad, his eye was knocked out. Like his eye socket is like out of rec. He's got to get reconstructive surgery to get his eye back in his face right. I mean, the guy must have taken something for like not the blood, because I never seen anybody take. I think he took 148 punches to the face. It was all welted and swollen up, but no blood. I couldn't believe it.
Pacquiao. My name is Pacquiao.
That fight didn't draw a big crowd like they thought they would in a 100,000 seat Cowboys Stadium. It only drew 41,000. So I think the only one they're really going to get a big crowd for there is if they have Pacquiao fight Floyd Mayweather. I think that one will pack it in.
Okay, Paulie, real quick, because we've got like 20 seconds left on the YouTube segment. Washington, Philly, who's the winner?
I'm taking Philly.
It figures. I got Washington on that one. And for the folks that are watching us on YouTube, thanks for checking us out, and see ya.